$45 million. That's huge.
Yeah, it is. You know, one of the most important games for up-and-coming NFL stars is happening this afternoon in St. Pete at Tropicana Field.
Yeah, it's the East-West Shrine game. Features college stars, I should say. Joining us now, Martin Gramatica. And you're named to the All-Star team with the East-West Shrine game?
Yes, well, I played in it, about, 15, 18 years ago, so it's been a while now, but I played in it. My brother Bill played it 2 years later. I was just named to the Hall of Fame, the East-West Shrine Hall of Fame, which is, obviously a great honor. I tell people as a kicker, you never expect to be in any kind of Hall of Fame, so so for me, it's a great honor to be in the Hall of Fame.
Is this kind of a nerve-wracking thing to go through when you're there? Because you really are, you're stepping up in front of not just fans, but coaches, NFL scouts, things like that.
This is the first time you're going to be face-to-face with the coaches, scouts, any professional, they scout you all year, but this is where they see you face-to-face. They'll see you practice, they'll see you. They actually mentioned last night that they didn't have any guys be late to any meetings, so they even look at that. Which guys are, going to be, train, practice, get the meetings on time. They see everything, so this is the first time you get to do face-to-face with it.
And looking back, how did this game affect your career? Because obviously, you went on with the Bucs, you won the Super Bowl, right. you had a great career.
Well, I tell people it affected me more than just in athletics. For me, it was my first hospital visit at the Shriners Hospital, and when I played, it was in California. And, I went to Kansas State, small school. We didn't do any hospital visits. So this was the first time I got to witness that, hands-on. And from then on, that's when we started our foundation, started working with the Shriners. When you see those kids, what they're going through, and then their smiles. I mean, the first thing you do, they smile at you. They're excited to see you. They're excited to see football players. So for me, it changed me more as a person than it did as a career.
So it was really an event that kind of woke you up as a player and as a person, like you just said there.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Going into the game, I was, really motivated to show, the coaches what I could do, and let me, show them, I can kick, or hopefully, I can meet all the special teams coaches, do all the interviews, try to get all that. But when I left there, the first thing we even talked about as a family is like, we got to start a foundation. We got to, I didn't even know where I was going to end up in Tampa. If I end up in Tampa, it was like ending up at home. Bill was playing at USF. Santiago was going to follow and play at USF also. So for us, it was basically coming home, and then that's where we started our family foundation here.
Tonight, who are some of the players that we can look forward to seeing?
Well, you're going to have all the best seniors coming out this year. So, I mean, there's a lot of local guys. There's, like, I guess, a kid that grew up 5 minutes from the Dome, quarterback for the Gators. I mean, you've got a bunch of, basically all-stars. That's what it is.
Yeah.
We got to ask you about the situation with the Bucs and the coaching. What do you think? What are your thoughts?
That's a tough situation. I hate to be in their shoes, having to replace a whole staff, but you need somebody that's going to be a leader. You need somebody, not that Raheem wasn't. I think Raheem was a great coach, but I guess when you're going to make a change, I think it's the right way to do it, where you're going to start from scratch. And you just need, I think you need, more important than a coach, you need some leaders on the field. So you need like a Warren Sapp, a Lynch, a Brooke. You need somebody like that. Because I know when we got out of hand, Sapp would tell you. Yeah. So that's the type of guys you need on the.
Do you have a name that you would think would work?
They've interviewed a lot of guys. Is there one that kind of stands out in your mind?
I mentioned Rich Bisaccia, our special teams coach. I mean, we won a Super Bowl together. He was phenomenal. He got to talk to the whole team every morning. So that's why I mentioned. But, people think you're crazy that you mentioned a special teams coach. But look at Harbaugh. I mean, he was a special team coordinator. Now he's, one game away from a Super Bowl. So it can happen. So that's my favorite option right now.
Martin Gramatica, thank you very much.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thanks so much for coming in. And again, we just want to remind you about the game this afternoon, 4 p.m. at Tropicana Field. Tickets just $15, not bad. If you can't make it, the game will actually be broadcast live on the NFL Network. And one more tip, if you want to avoid parking fees and hassle, make sure to take the Central Avenue trolley. You can check out all of the routes and fare schedule at psta.net.
And a lot more events to tell you about today, including the Kids Gasparilla Parade. We're going to have the details on that coming up.